In order to be considered for a bond, a person, again, must not be subject to mandatory detention, i.e., have certain kinds of criminal convictions. They must not be a danger to the community, and they must be able to prove that they're not a flight risk, meaning if immigration lets them go, they're not going to flee and, kind of evade immigration authorities. So in order to kind of prove that to immigration, when a bond motion is filed, there's certain kinds of information and documentation that we want to present to an immigration judge to say, this person's not a flight risk. They're a person and they should just be allowed to go home while their immigration court case is pending. So when we, as attorneys, prepare bond motions for our clients or for the respondent, we want to paint a picture or tell the story of this person's, their history here in the United States. So we talk about, where they were born, a little bit of their background information, kind of the country they came from and why they came here to the United States. We talk about any criminal history they may have. So we never try to hide if there are some issues in their criminal past. We don't hide that. We bring it to the forefront because we know that the Department of Homeland Security is going to do their research and they're going to bring it out. We talk about that person's life here in the United States, particularly if they have immediate relatives who are U.S. citizens, children, a spouse, parents. That's very important in a bond, to present in a bond motion. If the person works or attends church. So again, that's part of how we explain their ties or show their ties to their community. And then we provide letters of support from people who know the individual that can say, Marco's a great guy. Let me explain why. He's my neighbor. We go to church together. We work together. Once we file the bond motion with immigration court, the court will schedule a date and time when the attorney can appear and kind of make the argument on behalf of the respondent. So at that hearing, it's solely for the purpose of trying to get the court to agree to set an amount, a bond amount, so the respondent can be released. Another thing that's important at that bond hearing is to be able to explain to the court how this person is going to be able to legally stay in the United States. So there has to be some relief available to the respondent in order to qualify for a bond.